Hey everyone, so just want to go over the filters really quick. I have a couple different ones with me. First up is the UV filter. So this is pretty much always on my lens. It's really just a clear piece of glass. It doesn't affect your image in any way. And it really just protects that front element of glass. So I'll take a picture here. Cool. And you can see it looks pretty natural, looks very normal. Now I'm going to screw on a polarizer. And again, what the polarizer does is it helps with reflections. And one of the main ways people use it is to help make the blue sky really pop. So I'm going to line this up. And you actually spin the polarizer on here. And that's what's going to adjust. So you can see when you put your eye through, you can see how it changes. Now you can really see between that first shot with just the UV filter and then the second shot with the polarizer, it really deepens that blue sky. And just looking at it here, it's almost too much, so I'm gonna keep rotating it. And I think that's a nicer balance between the two. Now you can also tell that there's sort of a gradient with the blue sky happening, and that's because the sun is off to the right here, and so it's much brighter there going to much darker. So if you're taking a landscape or something, you might want to think of where the sun is and position it so you don't get that gradient in the sky. Last up, we're going to talk about neutral density filters, and these are the filters that just darken your image overall, but they don't actually affect the colors or anything like that in any way. Okay, so I switched lenses just because I only have a variable ND filter for this one. You can see here on the side, that goes from minimum all the way to maximum. And so what that's doing is that it's basically making the image darker. So really this is, if you're shooting in aperture priority or anything, by using this, it's not going to affect your image because it'll adjust the shutter as need be. So let's go into manual mode, and I'm at an f4 ISO 400 and a 1/100th shutter speed. I take a photo with it pretty much fully open, not actually affecting the image, and it's super bright. I now spin the variable ND filter down, and right about there looks nice, so let's take a photo of that. And now I'll go all the way down, and you can see how dark it gets. So variable ND filters are really great if you want to maybe use a slower shutter speed during the day and you want to be able to do long exposures or something like that. They're also nice, if you want to use really specific settings, shoot at a specific ISO, a specific shutter, and a specific f-stop and not need to change even if the light's changing, you can use a variable ND filter to just change the amount of light that's actually able to come into your lens.